lot going on right now, and hopefully we're not biting off too much.
Gold mining genius Parker Schnabel is planning an audacious move, running 2 mining operations in 2 different countries, one in the Yukon and a new one in Alaska.
It's really dangerous having that big of a battle on 2 different fronts. Getting people, getting parts is going to be a real challenge.
But before resources can be moved to Alaska, Parker needs his Yukon crew to strip a mammoth 90 acres of ground at the airstrip.
We have so much ground to get through that just stripping is the main issue. With just how spread out we're going to be, everybody's going to have to step up.
To ramp up the pressure, Parker's water license at the airstrip expires at the end of the season. To maximize his profits, he'll need to extract every ounce of gold. Either that, or it'll stay in the ground forever.
So we're getting really close to being done with the keyhole cut. Crew's working pretty hard to make sure that the next one's ready.
Guys, we're almost there.
After an early start, Parker's wash plant boss, Tyson Lee, has pulled out 975 ounces of gold from the 14-acre keyhole cut.
We're getting to the bitter end of the first cut of the season here. I'm loading out the last bit of pay. So these are the last few truckloads, getting it up to Big Red. This cut is over and done with. You're good, my horn is again. Hey, you're good, you're loaded.
That's me.
Trucker go.
I feel like I'm keeping up at the moment, which is good.
They're doing great.
I think that's it.
Thanks, Justin.
The last bucket.
Here we go. Alrighty, guys, time to shut Big Red down. The next step is Easy Street.
Just upstream from the keyhole cut, Parker's crew have already stripped down to pay at the 11-acre Easy Street cut. Ground they hope can deliver over $1 million in gold.
First clear.
To wash gold at the new cut, Parker needs Big Red moved and running pay dirt in just 10 hours' time.
Hopefully we can nail these transitions. Like, we have so much ground to get through that, smoothly transitioning from one pit to the next is going to be a critical part of this, and we have a lot of them to do. If we lose a couple days per plant move, it's going to throw a wrench in the works for the whole season. This is going to be on Tyson, getting Big Red moved from the setup into the next one, because he needs to get comfortable doing it on his own, because Mitch is dealing with the stripping crew.
Right now, it's just Tyson over there on his own, and we're relying on him to be able to keep that plant going.
So we're all done with Big Red here at this setup. We're ready to get back sluicing with the wash plant in the cut. I'm trying to do this myself, so wish me luck. This is the first time I've set Big Red up by myself, so just want to be careful not to flip the thing over. So it's pretty well concreted into the ground. Stand back! Yeah! So this is probably the sketchiest part of the whole pull. There's a narrow culvert crossing in the road, and Big Red flips over, that's game over. It's looking pretty tight. Don't know if we're gonna make her! That was tight.
The last step is to drag the plant up a 30-foot ramp to the top of the pad.
It's all fluff. The plant's dug in. When you're building a wash plant pad, you need compaction. That's what we're fighting against right now. plant's not level. We have to level the plant before everything else is built around it. Just need to, unbury it now. I mean, the plant will do its thing and it'll probably settle, but it's more the sluice runs with the river flowing off them I'm concerned about.
Tyson now has just 6 hours to get the sluices, pump and generator ready for the night shift.
How's things looking? How you doing? I just don't want to worry about it. I'm worried about stripping. That's why I haven't been here.
No, it's all good. You don't have to worry about it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks. We're dealing with an uncompacted pad, so we're going to need good water distribution, and that involves having a chute.
2 years ago, when Tyson set up a wash plant,
Where's all this water coming from?
water from the sluices undermined the pad
Holy crap!
and nearly toppled the wash plant.
Tyson!
This time he plans to divert the water runoff with a 35-foot-long steel chute.
We got to get this trough, and we got to get it back up to Big Red, because there's still hope at Big Red running tonight. Any day we're not sluicing means another day we have to sluice into October, November.
But the chute is a 4-mile journey downstream to where it was last used.
Parker's really counting on me to get Big Red up and going, so I'm going to do my best to have it running by the end of the day.
What the...
This is the last thing I wanted to see right now. Our road's washed completely out. I'm going to have to pack material in and get that water going through that culvert. It must have just been roaring through here. Move your bum, Jerv. Go on. Last year we had this happen, and man, it took 6, 7 different pieces of equipment and people, and damn near a whole day to rebuild this road. And it's time I don't have.
I could be in serious trouble. I've got fuel bills coming in, and I only have so much money. So once that money runs out, we don't have gold coming in, well, we're screwed. I mean, our house is up for grabs on this. We're walking a tightrope right now.
46 miles west of Dawson, in the wilderness of California Creek, combat veteran Fred Lewis is chasing a record 500-ounce season goal. But 5 weeks in, he's still not mined a single ounce.
We're just trying to get the mine site running so money can start coming in instead of going out. We just gotta keep pushing and get to where we need to be to start sluicing.
The long, harsh winter has dealt Fred a crippling blow. A 1/4 mile-long ice sheet has prevented any mining, along with access to any gold-rich pay dirt.
We're trying to uncover as much as we can and get this mine site moving.
Last week, Fred resurrected an ancient 90-yard-an-hour wash plant. Now to pay. Any attempts so far to melt the ice have failed.
We are so far behind schedule at this moment in time, that we don't have any time to wait. So we have to take action and take control of the creek.
Hey, Fred, man, what's going on?
Well, this ice has got to go, man. We don't have any other way to do it, I think, but to go up there and try and make the creek go back where it belongs somehow, and that should facilitate melting the ice on the right side. If we can't do that, we really don't have anything else to get it to go. I feel like you've got the skill to do this.
Yeah.
I think my best bet is for me to walk along the berm as you're going up there and just spot it for you.
Well, let's try, right?
We can't sit here and wait. We gotta try. Let's pound some of that ice out.
Okay, let's do it.
You got me on the radio?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'll be on the bank.
All right.
Fred's plan is to create a 20-foot-long ice dam across the narrowest point of the creek. The blockage should divert water onto the top sheet, helping to melt the ice covering the gold-rich pay dirt left over from last season.
So we gotta try, it's worth the risk. Hey, Bud, this is probably the fastest running water at this choke point.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit risky. If we sink this 220, we're done.
just take our time and make sure nothing bad happens to it, right?
All right, your tracks are about... Oh man, you're almost submerged completely. It's not pushing you at all, is it?
Take this corner on the bit.
Hey Buzz, that ice is awful beautiful, but we're gonna have to kill it.
Sounds like a good plan, man.
Oh! Wow. That's like 20,000 pounds of ice in this broke. Yeah! Oh, now smash it.
The boys hope the ice boulders will choke the river and divert the water.
Woo. Here we go. You've got a little bit of ice that's holding.
Kinda looks that way.
Fingers crossed it works.
Going to make an ice jam.
There we go.
That's an ugly.
Wow.
I got a pretty good ice jam
On top, that would actually melt it really well.
under the excavator.
Just be really careful.
So there goes the ice dam. That's not feasible. We're going to have to figure something else out because this is definitely not going to work.
Dude, we don't have a backup plan. Like, we got nothing. Is that what you're telling me?
For at this point in time.
Buzz.
If the frigid wilderness refuses the coming of spring, Fred will fail before he even gets started. It's a crushing blow he may not recover from.
Hey, man.
I don't have anything else to throw at this.
I know, sorry, well, but it's one of those things. We're not going to go home. We're not going to quit.
I'm going to run out of money.
It's a possibility, but it's also a possibility that we're going to hit the mother load and walk out here, be able to go back to buy Bentleys. You know?
And usually that is all I'm thinking about, but lately it just seems like there's some puppeteer pulling my strings and go wrong, and it's like, how much can you take? How much can you take? And I just want to cut the string. Yeah, I'm just at the end of my rope, man.
We have to keep the trommel going in order to reach our 5,000-ounce goal. It's not optional. We have to stick to it.
Klondike King, Tony Beats, digging deeper than ever before. Opening up 2 monster cuts in the hunt for Paradise Hill's gold-rich White Channel pay streak.
The gold cup and the blue cups are going to be key out this season. It's been a while since we did them that big. Now, I think they should easily produce 2,500 apiece. They're going to have to deliver.
After 5 weeks fighting deep frozen ground in both his cuts, Tony's bagged less than 500 ounces. Short of the 200 ounces a week he needs.
I'm going to be ripping in here for a good chunk of the day, probably a good chunk of tomorrow, because frozen pay is just a pain in the ass.
Tony's entrusted youngest son Mike with managing the cuts and bringing in the gold.
Mike, he has a big responsibility this year. He has to have enough material there in order to keep the sluice box going. But the ground being that frozen, he's got to rip it with 2 cuts. He really has his job cut out.
A mechanical balancing act. Mike must juggle the 9-acre cold cut alongside the newly opened 6-acre blue cut, where D11 dozers use ripper shanks to expose stubborn permafrost to sunlight. If it doesn't defrost in time, the stockpile of thawed pay dirt will run out, forcing them to shut down.
Getting this all ripped up, so it all thaws out, and we have a lot of pay ready to sluice then.
The only other machine in Tony's arsenal powerful enough to dig through frozen pay is the $1.1 million 950 excavator. Mike has tasked James Rhino, a Beats crew veteran, with digging out the pay ready to thaw at the pay pile.
It's pretty frosty in here this morning. A lot of frozen ground in here. Hey, Tony, you copy?
James, go ahead, James. Go ahead.
Yeah, this ground is really hard. Can we come up with another plan?
Throw the thing out of there and bring it to the staging yard and we'll figure something out.
Okay.
We're going to take the boom off the excavator. We're going to put a shorter boom on. And then we have more power and it's easy to get a bucket full. This should be a lot more productive.
Tony's plan is to remove the 950's 28-foot boom and replace it with a 24-foot boom. The shorter arm will generate more force and concentrate digging power.
We already took the stick and the bucket off. Now we're going to pull the main boom pin out.
Taking charge of the swap is mechanic Sam Aftenis.
The pin's stuck in here. Let's just being up.
What do you got, Sam?
So, I foresee pulling that pin out is going to be a pain in the ass.
Who?
Me.
James.
Yep.
Double wrap that half-inch chain around one of those uprights.
Roll on them.
Double wrap it. Good. Hook it up, wrap it up.
It's not going to work with the slip hook, is it?
Oh, really? What if you double wrap it? It does.
4.5, and that is 5. I'm hoping that pin doesn't jump out of there, frig.
No, that's why he's pulling with the bucket, not the loader.
Okay.
Throw your bucket a bit. Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it.
Oh. That's sweet.
Oh no, I hooked it up, remember?
Yeah, I do.
You ready for the boom? Just put it on the ground, who cares? We'll get the boom off, now put this one on, and then we'll see how far we're gonna get today. Here, lift the thing up. Let's go, hook it up.
Whoa. Put some good pressure on it, but...
Wait. James, what's my cab? What's the beam? Hang it up for a second, Sam. Okay, have a bit. James, push it over a bit. Put the in.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, somebody on there, bingo.
Takes over when it's easy. We're in the other side.
Okay, take her off. Good luck.
That went really well. Yeah.
That went nice.
That was pretty slick. Nice.
Woo! With the 950 back in the blue cut,
My old girl. I gotta get her back in the dirt.
it should tear through the concrete hard frozen ground and keep the trommel fed with thawed pay dirt.
It does dig a lot better than that long boom. Just tears through that frost. Nice full scoops. It actually picks the bucket up, so that's a nice change. It's going to be a little bit different getting used to having trucks closer to you because you're going to have to keep them nice and tight to be able to reach them, but I like the way it digs. We're going to have a lot better time keeping up with trucks and moving a lot more dirt with this thing.
I'm getting a bit stressed out because we're so spread out and this is so much to do.
At Parker Schnabel's airstrip cut, they're racing to mine out 90 acres of ground in just a single season.
With this water license expiring and so much ground to get through, we're having to really just plow hard into getting everything as opened up as we can. You know, we don't have another season after this with the water license, so everything has to be sluiced.
Nearly all Parker's crew are focused on stripping, leaving plant boss Tyson Lee running solo as he bids to get Big Red running before night shift.
It's here that no one's had time to come down here and see how the roads are.
Tyson needs to collect a metal chute to help disperse water from Big Red's sluice run, but a washed-out road has hampered his progress.
If these roads weren't washed out, Big Red would be running right now. This is the last scoop here. It's a quick bush fix, good enough to get our chute, and hopefully I'll come back in time that the road's still here. So here we are, finally at our chute. This thing looks like something you'd find in a scrapyard, but it definitely makes everything go that much smoother. Found our chute. Now we just gotta get it upstream.
Let's go!
With the chute on site, the finishing touches can commence.
We just gotta get this bank armored up. There is 2 metric tons of water gonna be flowing over these sluice runs. Now you know Big Red's all set to go. First scoop of Easy Street going in.
Hey, boys, showtime. Let's go.
Let's do her. I'm really happy I could find the diverter trough and get it up here. Because as you can tell, it's really saving our ass right now.
I just came down here to take a look at Big Red, see how she's running.
I see Mitch is up here doing his rounds, so I want to see what he thinks of my setup.
What's happening?
How's it going?
It's looking really good.
How's our bank doing?
The bank's holding up nice. Looks good. Good job, man.
Thanks, Mitch.
Big Red is alive and back on the gold. Tyson proved himself, and the race is on to mine out the airstrip before season's end.
If we're gonna reach our 5,000-ounce goal, we got a lot of work to do. Having the 950 in there, then 4 pounds, that makes a hell of a difference.
A Paradise Hell keeping it fed requires a constant flow of thawed pay dirt from the 2 monster cuts.
We're running out of good thawed hay right now. This damn hoser loaded trucks like crazy, man. They're tearing up that dirt.
In the cold cut, Ruby Mahoney is taking her first turn in the 950 excavator.
Lot shorter, eh?
So weird.
With its new, shorter boom.
We have a new boom for the 950. It's about 5 feet shorter than the one we had before, and it'll be a little bit more faster and a little bit more powerful, which it should be.
I don't mind driving rock truck every once in a while.
Tony's nephew, known as Cousin Mike, is in a relationship with Ruby, who's loading his rock truck.
When I do it for too long, it gets boring, but I get to work with Ruby, which is nice. Sometimes you just want to hang out with your girlfriend.
It definitely helps that I have somebody to go home to at the end of the day that understands everything that we go through throughout the day.
So I came to the Yukon to mine for gold, and I ended up finding a diamond.
So Ruby, you have to drive forward a little bit.
What are we trying to accomplish here, babe?
Sorry, what was that? Oh, what was that?
Working to dig up frozen pay, Ruby has crashed the Beats 950 excavator into Cousin Mike's rock truck.
Kevin, do you copy Kevin?
Yes, baby, can I help you?
the end of my excavator clipped the corner of the rock truck. And unfortunately, I bent out of the door, and I feel absolutely horrible about it.
Now. So he actually kind of...
Back at the wash plant, the stockpile requires constant replenishing. If the 950 remains out of action, the trommel will be forced to shut down, costing the beats $3,000 an hour.
There we go.
That should be attached. Also, that should also be attached. It hid here. You can see where the paint has come off, causing this piece here to bump.
Cleared off the bolts holding the hydraulic valve body that controls all the hydraulic systems on the $1.1 million machine.
Hydraulics is what drives the entire machine. Without the hydraulic system being sealed, you can't fire it up in any capacity to move it or anything. It is one of our biggest excavators. It is always important to have it fixed. We don't have time for any of this downtime.
How's it going, Gov?
This unit that I pulled off here, bolts are sheared off entirely. We got the right bolts, but longer. And we're gonna see if I'm able to modify these ones enough to make them work till we get the proper ones.
Well, it can always be worse.
And I know we have bolts on order, but we need the 950 back in production ASAP. So I'll make some that'll work.
Kevin will fashion a fix by cutting ½ an inch off the bolts in the hope they still secure the valve body in place.
Essentially, it needs to be about ½ an inch shorter. That turned out pretty well. So, yeah, perfect for laughing. Okay, this is the last bolt. And it's just hooking up the hoses, and then she's done. It's time to fire it up.
Doesn't look like anything's leaking. You good to go back to work?
The 950 back up and running. Ruby can return to digging pay before the stockpile runs out. Trommel.
Well, Ruby probably feel like because that girl always gives it 110%. If you get an idiot on then they say, okay, you should have paid attention, right? But with Ruby being there so long and she's always so cautious, that happens. What the you gonna do about it? I mean, life goes on.
I've worked for Tony for 6 years, and this is my first big mistake. You know, I try to do the best of my ability and try to pay as good attention to everything as I can. I'm going to be overly cautious for the next little while.
So right now I'm trying to break up some ice to get the creek diverted back to where it needs to be going.
At a frozen California creek, Fred Lewis's crew are battling the glacial-like ice sheet that's locked them out from mining gold.
We're trying to get down to dirt to pull gold from, but the ice is stopping us from getting what we need to get done.
Front of center in the 220 excavator is Fred's stepson, Chris.
Whoa, holy... Like, what is that? Is that what I think it is? Yo, Freddy, you come check this out real quick, man.
What's up?
Look where my bucket is.
What am I looking at? Let me go look. Oh, wow. Quartz. Look. It's a vein. Wow. Give me your headset. We're going to get Buzz over here, like, right now. Buzz, this is Fred. I need you to come to the 220 ASAP. Looks like we may have found a quartz vein.
A quartz vein indicates gold deposits could be close by.
This is a big-ass quartz vein. I don't know how big it is, but it goes all the way at least to here.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
But look, it's also got a lot of iron in it. Yeah. All that brown, all that iron. So that means there was a lot of heat that forced this up.
Millions of years ago, magma containing gold forced its way up through faults in the Earth's crust. It cooled and crystallized into veins of quartz and gold. If Fred's small quartz vein is rich in gold, it could indicate a season-saving find. And possibly even lead to him finding the mother lode at California Creek.
Doesn't look like it continues much more here. It might go underneath, but it's going that way.
Yeah.
Right with this bedrock. What do you think, Buzz?
We could try to pulverize some sealed in and do some science, right? Check it out.
You and Chris want to gather up some rock, put it in his bucket? Good find. Hey, really good find.
Hey, Buzz, where do you want me to take all this?
That's a pretty good sample there. Let's take that on up. We'll bring it to the gold room.
Roger that.
We're gonna accurately pull out gold. We don't just mine the entire creek, we use these signs to get us to it.
To tease out any potential gold.
All right, safety first.
Plans to pulverize the hard rock with 5-pound solid steel ball bearings.
We're gonna break up just about anything. All right, you guys ready?
Sure.
See how loud this is gonna be. We get out of here. Feel it, ball crusher. Do your work. If we crush that up and there's not a worthless pile of rock and there's even a speck of gold, the pape could have a hell of a lot of gold in it.
Crushed and bullied by the steel balls. It's time to check the material.
Let's go do it. Nah, it's fine. We got a catch.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I did a better job with my hammer. You know, I was kind of hoping we pull this thing open, there'd be a bunch of powder in there.
I know there are certain ways that we can do it.
I really like what they did in Papua New Guinea. It just took a long time.
Yeah.
So all they did, it had a solid pipe inside of a pipe, the base in it, so nothing got out. They threw the rock in there and they just smashed it by hand. Bam, bam, bam.
Fred's new plan is to construct a low-tech rock crusher he first encountered whilst on a gold prospecting mission with Parker in the jungles of Papua New Guinea.
We're basically going to find, like this right here, we're going to find a pipe. We're going to make it so it has a floor and another pipe that's going to go inside of it and crush it just like a post pounder. Woo! All right, so I've only done this once.
Yeah?
Start, yep.
With brute force succeeding where mechanical power failed, it's time to see if the quartz vein running through his claim is gold heavy. If it is, Fred could have hit the mother lode, and the surrounding ground could be the richest on California Creek.
I'm seeing gold, buddy.
Yeah, no, there's gold in, yeah, there's gold.
Wow. And a piece there.
Yeah.
And a piece there.
Piece up top right there.
And a piece there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a handful.
I know.
We got 3 colors and a lot of little fine stuff. This is the first gold we found this season. That tells us there's a vein carrying gold running up the middle of our claim.
Yeah.
I needed this. I'm hurt.
I know, man. Yeah, it's just the way that this profession is. I've noticed. I mean, the highs are high and the lows are really, really low.
You ain't lying. This is about the best I felt this season. We have a source producing the gold. The potential that there could be a quartz vein that has gold-bearing richness through it kind of fires us up a little bit. And it's just giving us a little bit more fuel to keep exploring this creek and find out where it is, because the source is somewhere. And it's coming from...
Oh, you got the ugly thing!
scooping frozen ground. The Beats family gather to find out if their hard work has paid off.
Hi, Faith.
Oh, that's it.
Took long enough. Sorry.
Anyway, so another go away.
Yeah.
So guess what? They came out about cuts.
Both cuts.
A lot of frost, though.
Yeah, real hard too.
How's 11? The drips that stuff nice, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, if you didn't buy that last year, we'd be in big trouble this year.
So, anything else exciting happened?
Ruby was trying to squeeze by putting Mike in a rock truck. Wasn't quite enough room.
Well, I bet she felt just awful though.
Oh, she did. Just. Oh.
At least he cares.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it could have been a lot more, so it was good.
Oh.
So, with that being said, we should probably pour some gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this thing, folks.
Tony has less than 500 ounces in the bank and needs over 200 a week to hit his 5,000 ounce goal.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
15. 65. 75. 85. 120. 130. 140. 150. 160. 162.42.
Worth nearly $300,000.
That's a little less than normal, but I guess with the material that we had,
Yeah.
let's have to make up for it next time, I guess.
But you know what? It's better than nothing.
Well, go. Yeah. Sluicing every day. Anyway, that drip and go is good, but you're gonna have to stay ahead with that in order to keep sluicing, don't we? Okay, good enough. Okay, get the out then.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, T-Bird. How's it going, Doomit? Good. How you doing, buddy? Pretty good, thanks.
Well, we finished one, we started another.
Thank you guys for getting that pit done, but it's one of many.
Yeah.
And Tyson, you got your first big experience there of...
It's a lot easier getting it where you want it. It's kind of fun, like every move having to be spot on.
Even had it pointing in the right direction the first time, huh?
Yeah.
Good for you, T. You want to see how the keyhole finished up?
Let's do it.
Why we're here, Doomit? We want to see some gold.
Keyhole, right here.
I'll take this one. All right, so this is the last sluicing
Let
Big
out
Red did
one.
before he moved it. All right. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 150. Keep going. 174.05.
Worth over $310,000.
That's not bad.
I mean, when you look at the amount of runtime it had.
Exactly.
So the big question, Chris, so that's 2 days of running at the Keyhole Cut, finishing that off, 174.
Right.
How did we do at Easy Street with 2 days of running?
Well, there's not a lot of hours on this thing, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's do
Oh, no. One tipped a long ways before it came out. 30,
Oh,
35, 38, 40, 55.8.
Worth a clean $100,000.
So for the week, it's 229.85. And for the season, we just broke 1,200, 1,204.45.
That wasn't a bad week knowing we moved the wash plant in the middle.
Yeah. And what? Total of 4 days running. All this going on. I think we did okay. I think we did good.
Yeah.
we got a long way to go. All right, Chris. Thank you for that.
Yep.
See you next week. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Chris.